Hello, everyone. For my film review podcast, I decided to talk about one of my favorite films, which is Punch Drunk Love. To give an overview of this film was directed and written by Paul Thomas Anderson, scored by John Brown. It released in 2002, and it includes performances by Adam Sandler, Elizabeth Watson, and Philip Seymour Hoffman. To give an overview of the plot, Barry Egan, played by Adam Sandler, is a lonely, introverted, and autistic business owner who works at his plunger business. He has 7 sisters, which represent his anxiety. But through one of his sisters, Elizabeth, he meets Lena, and they develop into a relationship. So some of the strengths after rewatching the film, some strengths that I found were the cinematography, the sound design, and the costume design. So for the sound, I felt that the score itself by John Brown was very upbeat and fast-paced in some instances, but also relaxing. One of the standouts of the scores is called "He Needs Me," which kind of encapsulates the entire film, with Barry kind of needing a woman, a lover in his life. The costume design is also very one of the strengths in the film. For example, Barry wears this blue suit, which kind of shows his sort of mood and his kind of depressing look. However, whenever you see Lena, she's wearing this very red, vibrant sort of color, which kind of helps with their dichotomy in a sense. The cinematography also is another standout in this film. I particularly like the blue lens flare that Paul Thomas Anderson uses, and some of the shots in here are very great, especially with the use of lighting and other cinematic choices. The emotional resonance that I felt strongest was whenever both Barry and Lena meet in Hawaii. I can't stand Jesse's smile every time that I watch the scene or rewatch the movie when I get to that specific part. Going into to some criticisms, the plot is obviously, if you watch the film, the plot is obscure, it's kind of bizarre. And another criticism is it's portrayed as a comedy when in reality I feel like it's more of a romantic comedy. And also another criticism is that this film could be marketed badly as a comedy. Given the status of Adam Sandler at the time that he was a comedic actor, people would be who watched this film would have the idea that this is more of a romantic comedy when I feel it's more of a drama. However, I think this film tries to speak to film lovers who can appreciate the stylistic and cinematic choices that this film decides to use. Talking about the film's contemporary context of contemporary cinema, from reviews and articles online, this film is similar to Jacques Tati's sort of film style and humor. To reflect on some of my personal biases, I consider this film as one of my favorites, so I will be biased in favor of this film. And to conclude, overall, the strengths of this film are the performances, the music, the cinematography, and the sound design. And some of the criticisms is specifically to the plot. However, this film continues to be one of my favorite films of all time.